Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me. As you can see, I am back to the normal podcasting mic. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me today? Can y'all hear me? Just let me know. Somebody let me know. Yes, I think we got, yeah, okay. So we got sound. I wanted to make sure everything was good for you guys. As you can see, we have moved back to the podcasting mic. I don't know. It's just something about this that makes it like, it makes it something. I don't know. Just bear with me, y'all, as I figure out. I tried to get the little thing, but nah, it didn't. It didn't. Yes, I have, before we get started today, I have a special guest that I want to welcome to our Bible study. Yes, we have a special guest tonight, and this is one night only. So if you're not on here, you're not going to get to see who I invited to the show. Listen, he is nationally recognized in every country as a speaker par excellence. He has been all over the place. You know him as well as I know him. And I'm going to get my stage hand to give me a hand with bringing him to the stage. I want everybody to welcome Baby Judah. I want everybody to say hello to Baby Judah. No, yeah, put his there. No, he got me holy now. Put his dress down. Oh, did y'all see my little monkey? Y'all see him? Oh, he's saying hi to y'all. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Okay, stage hand. You gotta come back. It's just the hand. Just give me a hand. Yep, there's stage hand. There you go. That was one night only. One night only. Y'all got to see my baby Judah. Y'all, he is home. He is home. He is home. There you go, Gerard. There you go, Cassandra. He is home. Baby, my brother Liam called me and said, "Is Brother Praise in the building?" I said, "Brother Praise is home. Brother Praise is home." He was in the NICU for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh God, he labored before the Lord. He labored in the temple 40 days and 40 nights. But I'm glad to report, y'all, he is home. He is with us. And I am having the time of my life. Before I go back to work in a couple weeks, I'm having the time of my life. Yes, Sheila Davis, thank you. The world famous Baby Judah. Yes, and my stage hand. And my stage hand. Y'all give it up for my stage hand. Y'all give it up for stage hand. Come on now. Y'all give it up for stage hand. Stage hand is owned by the one. Y'all give it up for Lady A. She is around. She's moving around with the baby. So y'all, oh man, glad. Yes, Pam. Glad Judah is home. We are grateful. I'm grateful to have my wife back because she was in the hospital laboring before the Lord with the baby, and I was. My God, it's been a rough go. Been a rough time. It's been just me and the kids in the house. We start go crazy because mommy wasn't here. But y'all, he is home. We are grateful. We are glad. We thank you guys for being on the journey with us. We thank you guys for being on the journey with us. And y'all keep watching Lady A's page because she has so much more content to post, so much more content to do. He is absolutely adorable. Thank you so much, Alina. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Donna. Thank you. Hey, everybody. I want to salute everybody that's on here. Tabitha, he does not look like you. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, you know what? He does. Don't. Yes. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Okay. So y'all, listen. That was the announcement I wanted to make. Now, the second announcement is Resurrection Church is turning 3 this month. We are officially in the month of August. Can you believe that it's been 3 years Oh my gosh. Do y'all remember? I know I got some people on here that remember. Like I got some people on here like Pam. I got some people on here like Patricia. I got some people on here like Erica Briscoe, who like Helena, who remembers when we did our first virtual broadcast as an actual official church about 3 years ago. Y'all, oh my goodness. It's been it's been a long time coming. Yes, yes. You bring my nephew to come see me, Hillary. You bring my nephew come see me. Now y'all done got up and left Emmanuel, but you bring my nephew come see me. I know I'm gonna tell you next time we have prayer service. I got your message. Hillary, I'm gonna let you know the next time we have prayer service. And make sure you bring Levi because I want him to stand up and say something. Oh my, it's been 3 years, y'all. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. Oh my goodness. If this was 3 years feel like, I can only imagine what like 10, 15, 30. Well, you're not gonna be celebrating 30 years with me as the pastor because yeah, no, I'm not pastoring past like 50. So y'all got the next 17 years of me, and that's it for me. I'm moving out the way and letting the next generation take it. Yes, Helena, I feel the same way. It's been that long. Yes. Oh my God, it's been 3 years. So we're turning 3 this month, and I want to invite you to our 2 celebration services. We're having 2. We're having one on the 15th. We're having one on the 22nd. The one on the 22nd is going to be crazy, y'all, because I got the very eloquent, the very efficient, the very effective. I'm going to call him. He's an elder, but I'm going to call him Pastor Daryl Brown. I have Pastor Daryl Brown, affectionately known as Spud in the preachers community. We call him Spud, but it is Pastor Daryl Brown of Bible Way. He is coming, and he is a good friend of mine. And oh man, oh boy, he's going to be amazing that night. I already know it's gonna be crazy that night. We have a band coming. My MD is already on getting the band together. We're getting sound together. We're getting the dance team together. Oh, it's going to be a good time. With hospitality, me and Patria sat down the other day and came up with a crazy menu. The food is going to be free. It's going to be good. Oh, it's just going to be good vibes all month long. 15th and the 22nd is going to be good vibes all month long. So I need y'all to make sure that you come out, and I need you to make sure that you're on time these next few church services because it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. So make sure you're on time and you come out. If you have not been to Resurrection Church yet, but you fellowship with us online, take the 15th or the 22nd and come visit us. I want to make physical contact with you. I want to be able to hug your neck. I want to be able to dance with you. There you go, Corey. I want to be able to dance with you. I want to be able to cry with you. I want to be worship with you. And Corey knows a lot of the story of what it took to get to this day. And I'm telling you, it ain't been easy. It has not been easy. See, Corey knows the pre-church story. Before there was a resurrection church, those couple of years, she knows that. So Erica Briscoe knows pre-resurrection church story. Oh, and it was, let me tell you, it wasn't easy to get here. So I appreciate everybody who has helped me. I appreciate all of you who every Monday you come and you sit with me and you listen to me yell at you. You listen to me tell you that you're looking at the Bible the wrong way. You listen to all my goods, my stuff. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But you listen to everything that I say. So I'm not going to do this too much because I'll get emotional. My church know that I'll cry at the job. It happens at the job of bad. So I just want to thank everybody. I have special thanks for people like Helena, people like Tanya, people like Patria, people like Pamela, people like Brianna, people like Michelle Dorsey, people like Stanley Dorsey, Jay Dorsey, all of the people who have been here the entire time. And that's not to cut off the people that came later, but I'm telling you, I really want to thank those faithful people. Shanika Gerard, I want to really, really thank you. Pour out my heart to you. Patricia, she might not be on here tonight, but I want to thank that Patricia. She gave us rocket fuel in the beginning. I remember, and I'm not gonna go like way into this, but I remember that. And Pam, you let Patricia know that I told this story because it means a lot to me, and she may not even remember it. But Patricia, when we were just doing Bible study, Patricia Marsh is who I'm talking about. When we were just doing Bible study, when we didn't even have a building yet, Patricia Marsh was the first one to sow a substantial seed into the church. She sold $250 one Bible study night randomly. I was asking her, I was asking $5, $10, $15. Patricia Marsh sold $250 into the ministry. About 3.5 years ago, 3 years and some change ago. Not only Patricia Marsh, but Mama Edna Marsh. Mama Edna Marsh is one of the people who, while I was playing at the church that she was attending, she came and gave me an envelope, $100 in there to sow to the church. I want to thank Marcus England and the whole Mixed Church of Baltimore. It may not be anybody on here from there, but I thank Pastor Marcus England, the whole Mixed Church, who set us up with, a substantial amount of money for us to start the church. And I didn't know where this stuff was coming from. And finally, I'm going to do all of this in person. But finally, I really want to thank, I got to stop because I'm telling you, it's going to get to me at some point. I really, really, really want to thank my pastor and my church home, which my church home is not my church. My church home is Court of Christ. And I really want to thank my pastor with everything that is within me. Pastor Anthony Fliggins Jr. Opened his doors. And y'all, I don't know if y'all ever have heard the story before, but real quick, because we're going to talk about something important tonight, but real quick, the anniversary month is worth this story. Y'all, all I had was a date and a sermon. That's all I had. All I had was a date and a sermon. We didn't have a building. You can ask my mom, you can ask Pam, you can ask everybody that was around at that time. Ask Leon Douther, ask Nick Boisseau, all of the people who were around at that time. Ask James Ash. All the people who were around, we had a date and I had a sermon. I didn't have a building. I had no idea where we were going to be having church. And I remember that my mom and my dad and my grandmother, I believe, we went to a church that was on Harford Road that was owned by some decent guys, some nice guys. And y'all, I was telling them the vision. I was telling them, well, we only want to start with having church twice a month. And I had reached out to maybe 4 or 5 churches to rent from them. And nobody returned my calls. Nobody returned my calls. One night I was sitting on the edge of the bed, and a call came through my phone. And it was Pastor Fliggins. And I'm not going to tell everything because I don't think everything should be told. But Pastor Fliggins said to me, this was a 40-second phone call, y'all. 40-second phone call. Pastor Fliggins said, hey, man, you have a building to have church in? I said, no, we trying to figure that out right now. Pastor Fliggins said, well, the Lord just told me this, so just get ready. You can have church at my church. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about any logistics. We're going to take care of everything. Don't worry about none of that. I called him and said, well, Pastor, we have a service that, okay, we'll move everything around. I said, well, Pastor, we have, and he was not my pastor when he did this. Y'all, can I really lay this thing out for real, for real? He was not my pastor when he did that for me. There was nothing to gain. Oh my goodness. Listen, just give me a few moments. We're going to get the Bible study, I promise you. But you can talk to the people who were around me when this thing happened. Pastor Fliggins had nothing to gain from allowing us to use his facility. We came in and I said, well, Pastor, we're going to go and buy our equipment and we're going to set it up. He said, no. Don't do all that. Just come. I said, well, Pastor, we're going to make sure that we put toilet paper and paper. He said, no. Don't worry about that. Just come. I said, well, Pastor, we're going to make sure we do blah, 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 blah. Do all this, that, third, and the fourth. He said, no. He said, man, why are you worried about all of that? Just come. Y'all, we didn't have a building. We had a date. Our date was August the 29th. We had a date, and we didn't have a building. And the Lord in the middle of that called and said, just come. Oh my God. I could tell you more. He was not my pastor, because some people, I know what's floating out there. I can hear it prophetically. Right? He only let him be in the church. That's the only reason that's his pastor, because he let him be in the church and blah, blah, blah. I hear it. You don't have to tell me. I hear it. I know what people be saying, right? That's the only reason he's in the church, because he made him his pastor, blah, 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 blah. I hear it. I hear all that stuff. No. I didn't have a pastor. I was completely independent. Pastor Fliggins called me as a brother. He called me as a brother and told me I could use his facility as a brother. How did Pastor Fliggins become my pastor? Good. I'm saluting everybody. I'm just telling y'all how we got started in person. I'm just telling y'all how we got started in person. Helena, yeah, but keep the names away from it. Keep the names away from it. I am also still the pastor. I want to say that because you put the name there. I'm going to address that because you put the name there. I am the pastor I also am today because of Apostle Timothy Mitchell and Beth Mata Assembly. So I don't want that to be the narrative either, right? Only because the name is there. I need to make sure that we understand that as well. Okay? So I wouldn't be where I am today, because remember, 4 or 5 years ago, I was scared to start a church. It was my brother, Apostle Mitchell, that pushed me. Man, you ain't gonna be here forever. We just enjoying you while you around. We sat on the phone for hours some nights, and he let me know that. So yes. But y'all, we had no building. I didn't know what we were going to do. And the Lord provided. That segued me into our Bible study topic tonight. I want y'all to put in the comments. I know this is going to be a rough question, and this is going to be a rough Bible study for some of you, but you need to hear it. I want you to put this question in the comments. Is enough okay? I want you to put that in the comments. I want you to ask yourself that question, and I want you to put in the comments. Is enough okay? Is enough okay? Is enough okay? Thank you so much. Put it in the comments. Let me see it ringing out in the comments. Is enough? Pastor Rich, I love you, man. Is enough okay? And I had to, hey, how you doing, Sharina? The world's greatest usher is in the room, y'all. I need y'all to make room for my digital usher, Deaconess Sharina Douglas. I need y'all to, my God, make room for my virtual usher. She is the greatest usher in the world, bar none. It's not even a question. How you doing, Shelly? Listen, is enough okay? Is enough okay? This Bible study is going to put you in a rough spot. I'm going to tell you why it's going to put you in a rough spot. Because y'all know that I am very counterculture. Y'all know that the gospel is countercultural. And this message is going to cause you're going to disagree with me. I know you're going to disagree with me. A lot of you are going to disagree with me because what I'm about to tell you, what I'm about to let you in on is something that you don't know is a problem with you, but we're going to expose it today. And when I expose it, you're going to immediately reject it. But when you think more about it, you're going to, it's going to sink. It's going to sink in. Is enough okay? Is enough okay? And I want you to really ask yourself that question. We live in a society. That was a segue, right? That was a segue because the reason that was a segue is because so many times in my pastoral career, I've been pastoring for 3 years now. I can finally say that I'm not like a rookie in this thing. Once you get to like that 3 and 5 year mark, you can finally say you're not a rookie. You're not like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed anymore. You done been through some things. It ain't the 10-year, 20-year people type of problems, but it's there you go. You know, it's okay. So is enough okay? Is enough okay? And the reason I'm asking that is because in my pastoral career, God has asked me that question at least 10 or more times. And it's been like this. We started the church and it was full to the brim. And then membership dropped to maybe 4 or 5 people. And the Lord asked me the question. He said, is enough okay? I didn't answer. After I went through a rough stint in my life, I had to move back with my mom and dad. And I lost my car. I lost everything. I was catching the bus to work. And the Lord asked me the question again, is enough okay? I met my wife, and we initially thought that my wife couldn't get pregnant or would have trouble getting pregnant. And y'all just seen baby Judah. I showed him a few moments ago. If you want to see baby Judah, go back to when this video is over, go back to the beginning of it. And I showed him, I held him up on the screen. The Lord asked me in the midst of my wife and me trying to figure out how we were going to have kids, how it was going to happen. The Lord asked me the same question, is enough okay? Me and my wife we were making a good amount of money together, a significant amount of money together. And my wife lost her job and had to get a new job. And we weren't making the same money. And God asked me the same question. Is enough okay? My son was in the NICU for almost 50 days. Not only was he born prematurely at about 29 to 28 weeks, he had problems in the NICU that I never told you guys about. He was having a problem with his stomach, with his gut, had a distended belly, and he wasn't eating enough. He wasn't gaining weight. He was going back and forth. And the Lord would just ask me every now and then, is enough okay? I'm not going to go too far into my personal life. I gave you a whole lot of personal stuff just now because I'll start crying because my testimony, oh, glory to God. My testimony is that he's been enough. My God, today. That's why it means something different when I read the words, when Jesus says to Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. The word sufficient means it's enough. Woo-wee! Lord have mercy. When I read those words, that my grace is enough for you. I don't have to move everything. I don't have to shift everything. You don't have to be in overflow. You don't have to be in abundance. You don't have to have the best of everything. You don't have to have the most of everything. You don't have to drive the finest cars. You don't have to eat at the finest restaurants. Is enough okay? Is enough okay? And let me tell you something. I got to be careful because really this is my testimony. And I'm telling you, I'll really sit here and cry. But so I'm going to try to get out of myself and back into the message. My brother, Dwayne Miles Jr. is on here. Thank you, man. I'm going to have to get out of me for a second. And because the testimony, I'm telling y'all that God has just been enough. There has been times, yes, when God has given me more. And there's been times when I haven't had anything. Oh my God. The other day, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know why the Lord is taking me right this way tonight. But I remember doing a really, really rough time in my life. And my mother is on here. She could testify to this. My mother is on here. I sat in my car years ago. I sat in my car about to lose my mind. I had never called my mother crying the way that I had called my mother crying. I was sitting in front of a restaurant and I could not go in. I was about to lose myself. I called my mother because of what was going in my mind. And all I could say when my mother picked up the phone, Jesus Christ, my mother said, hello. And all I could repeat to her was, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And my mother kept asking me, like, I don't even think she cared about what was it about. She was just Avery, are you okay? And all I could say was, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I have been, I'm telling you, I've had money. I've had designer, and I'm not saying I've been a millionaire. I'm not even saying I've seen $100,000. What I'm telling you is I've had money. I've had designer. I've had a luxury apartment, and I've lived with my parents at the age of 30. I've been down at the bottom, and I've been whatever my ceiling was. It may not have been your ceiling, but I've been at my ceiling. And I'm telling you, no matter where I was in life, God gave me enough. Oh my God. I'm not even supposed to be here yet. I'm not even supposed to be talking like this yet. This will be the end of this. But God gave me enough at every single time I turned around, when I was stressed, when I was confused, when I was discouraged about people. I'm just gonna be personal. I'm discouraged about not enough people are coming to the church. Do people hear what I'm preaching about? Are they receiving it? God, did you even really call me to pastor? Is this even really what I'm supposed to be doing? And every time I wanted to throw a tantrum because I didn't think that I had enough, God asked me the simple question, is enough okay? Is enough okay? I'm counterculture. So I need you to understand something. I'm counterculture. So this is going to hurt you a little bit. It's going to be rough on you. I'm here to tell you that God is not interested in you being rich. I'm here to tell you, I'm telling you that God is not interested in you being rich. God is not interested in you being wealthy. God is not interested in you being well off. Are there some of us that will get to those spaces? Yes. There are some of us that will be able to matriculate into those wealthy spaces. There are some of us who will be able to move into making 6 figures and 7 figures. There are some of us who will make the right investments and it will turn out well. There are some of us who will win the lottery. There are some of us who will gamble and become wealthy from it. And I give God praise and I give God honor for those people who are called and destined to handle and to manage money. But I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to burst your bubble, that God is not in that business. God is not in that business. God is not in that business. Oh my God. God is not in that business. So all y'all want to do most of the time, you get in church and you shout about how God's about to do. God's about to do. God's about to do. Listen. I'm not bashing your favorite preacher. I'm not bashing your pastor. If your pastor does this, okay, God bless, right? But God's about to. He's about to make your money increase. He's about to make your this increase. He's about to visit you. He's about to come down your road. He's about like, bro, God is not going to do any of that. To the people who God is going to do that for, be grateful for it. Wonderful. But if the sum total of your praise, listen to me. Oh my God. Listen to me. If your praise rests in whether God does it or not, you are not a Christian. If your praise rests in, if you are hoping, oh my God, glory to God, if your hope is built on God doing it, I'm trying to tell you, he is going to disappoint you. I'm trying to tell you. Do you know who is the greatest disappointment? I need you to hear me tonight. I need you to hear me tonight. Do you know who is the greatest disappointment in the world? It is God. And I'm going to tell you why. I know that hit your ears wrong. It hit your ears wrong because you think I'm saying God by himself is a disappointment. No. The reason why God has been so disappointing and the worship of him has been so discouraging to so many people is because they think that God is interested in making them rich and making them wealthy. They think that God is interested in that stuff. Can we go to the scriptures? Because I already feel like the rejection of what I'm saying. Let's go to the Bible. We're going to Exodus 16. And I want to start at verse 13. So let's go to Exodus 16 and 13. I'm gonna pull it up on the scripture on the screen. Y'all know I always make sure I take care of y'all with pulling up on the screen. Y'all know I'm gonna do that, right? Lord have mercy. I gotta get myself together, y'all. I gotta get myself together. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get myself together. So let's read from Exodus 16 to 13. Let's read Exodus 16 and 13. Right? Let's read this. So it was that quail came up at evening and covered the camp. No, I want to read this in the NLT. Some people get confused at the NKJV. Let's do it like this. We're starting at 13. That evening, vast numbers of quail flew in and covered the camp. Now, mind you, the count of how many people there were in Israel, they are in the wilderness right now. The count of how many men were there was 600,000. All right. Now, you know that most times women outnumber men in any given population most of the time. Yes, women outnumber men. So it's very likely that there were well over 1 million people in the wilderness. 1 million people is a lot of people. Okay, so let's go. That evening, vast numbers of quail flew in and covered the camp. And the next morning, the area around the camp was wet with dew. When the dew evaporated, a flaky substance as fine as frost blanketed the ground. The Israelites were puzzled when they saw it. What is it? They asked each other. They had no idea what it was. And Moses told them, watch this. It is the food that the Lord has given you to eat. These are the Lord's instructions. Each household should gather. I just need you to see this. I need you to see this. Each household should gather as much as it needs. Each household should gather as much as it needs. Each household should gather as much as it needs. Pick up 2 quarts for each person in your tent. Watch this. So the people of Israel did as they were told. Some gathered a lot, some only a little. But when they measured it out, everyone, what does the Bible say? When they measured everything out, everyone had just enough. Those who gathered a lot had nothing left over, and those who gathered only a little had enough. Each family had just what it needed. Then Moses told them, watch this. Watch this. Then Moses told them, do not keep any of it until morning. But some of them didn't listen and kept some of it until morning. But by then, it was full of maggots and had a terrible smell. Moses was very angry with them. Can we keep going? Let's keep reading. After this, the people gathered the food morning by morning, each family according to his need. And as the sun became hot, the flakes they had not picked up melted and disappeared. On the sixth day, watch this, they gathered twice as much as usual, 4 quarts for each person instead of 2. Then all of the leaders of the community came and asked Moses for an explanation. He told them, this is what the Lord commanded. Tomorrow will be a day of complete rest, a holy Sabbath set apart for the Lord. So bake or boil as much as you want today and set aside what is left for tomorrow. So they put aside some until morning, just as Moses had commanded. Watch this. And in the morning, the leftover food was wholesome and good, without maggots or odor. Moses said, eat this food today, for today is a Sabbath dedicated to the Lord. There will be no food on the ground today. You may gather the food for 6 days, but the 7th day is the Sabbath. There will be no food on the ground that day. Look at what the first part of verse 27 says. Some of the people went out anyway, but they found no food. The Lord asked Moses, how long will these people refuse to obey my commands and instructions? I don't think I have to say much about that text. You are so uncomfortable with having just enough. There are so many people that are uncomfortable with having just enough. The world is telling you that just enough, like the world is telling you, watch this. I want to debunk something real quick. The world will say something to you like, why would you accept just enough when God has more for you than you could ever imagine? That sounds like what you get on Sunday mornings at most churches, right? And they will try to convince you, watch me now. They will try to convince you that when you are satisfied with enough, it is because you lack faith. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it again, especially to my younger people. The world will try to convince you that more means faith and less means lack of faith. That's what the world will try to convince you of. If you don't have it yet, it's because God is waiting on you to get to a certain level of faith so he can release it to you. I'm going to say it again, because some of y'all done got this as a prophecy. Right? If you don't have the it that you want yet, like the $1 million or the Lamborghini or the Ferrari or the Louis Vuitton, like whatever it is, whatever the it is, you don't have it yet because you haven't matriculated into a significant enough faith that can release those items into your life. I'm here to tell you that is false. It is a false teaching. It is a false preaching. God is not concerned with prosperity as far as material things go. Now, has God ordained some people to wealth? Yes. Yes, that's true. Will some people gain wealth? Yes, that is absolutely true. However, faith does not unlock wealth. I'm just I know it's going to rub you the wrong way. Faith does not unlock wealth. I'm here to tell you. Faith does not unlock wealth. It does not unlock wealth. Now, if you want to be on the teaching where I tell you how to become wealthy, there are like things that you do, like saving money, like investing money, like faith doesn't unlock wealth. Behavior, the right habits, the right behaviors unlock wealth. But let's move from that. Let me tell you something. God, there is more faith, and I want to encourage some people. There is more faith living on enough than there will ever be living in wealth. Why do you think Jesus says it is easier? Watch this. Jesus says it is easier for a camel, the animal, to walk through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. Now, some people are going to interpret that the way they're going to interpret that. To me, it's very clear what Jesus is saying. Jesus is saying that the danger, watch me. Listen to what I'm about to say. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. The danger of abundance is misplaced trust. Let me say it again. The danger of abundance is misplaced trust. Let me say it one more time. The danger of abundance is misplaced trust. You are a human. And when God sends you into seasons, if we being honest, I just want you to be honest. When God sends you into seasons of abundance in your life, when you have more than what is necessary, most of the time, I'm not talking about everybody, I'm talking about most of the time, that's when we get the most out of control. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Those seasons, think about it. Those seasons when you had abundance is when you got out of control. It's when whatever you were doing consumed you, right? So this is how you know that you can't handle abundance. Most of the time, I want to just talk about my people, my Black people. But I've tallied it up, right? I've tallied it up. Right? Watch this. I've tallied it up, and I know. I'm gonna pick on women today. I know women who have over the last 10 years gotten over $100,000 in taxes. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Over the last 10 years, that is from 2016 to 2026, they have gotten over 6 figures in taxes. That does not include their salary. That does not include the jobs they do on the side. That does not include any additional money. They have just simply, from filing their taxes, made over $100,000 in the last 10 years. There you go, Shanika. And they have nothing to show for it. Now, I'm not even going to say that. They don't have a house. They don't have a car. Over $100,000 in the last 10 years. Because abundance, watch this, money doesn't change people. Money just gives people the platform to be who they really are. Right? Money doesn't change people. Money just provides a platform to show you who the person really is. Money gives a platform for the heart to be exposed. When you get money, watch this. It's going to hurt some of y'all. I already gave you the disclaimer. When you get a whole lot of money, what you do with it shows me where your heart is. What you do with it shows me where your heart is. And watch this. Some of you guys, and I'm not here to do a finance class. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm making a point. I'm making a much larger point about what abundance does to people. Some of y'all think that, like, when you get a whole bunch of money invested into your children is what you should do. Wrong. Wrong. Here's the comment here. But kids got clothes, shoes, and new room stuff every year. That's nice. That's nice. But here's the problem. They're going to outgrow the clothes. They're going to outgrow the shoes. And at some point, they're not going to live in that room. So you just essentially threw your money into a trash can, but you did it long range, because it's not going to immediately be a waste, but over time it is. Those same clothes that you paid all that money for is going to be going to the Goodwill, and somebody going to get a shirt that you bought for $60 for $7. But this is not a finance. This is not a finance class. This is to help somebody understand what it means to truly be a Christian. Some people going to hear me saying that you shouldn't have ambition. You know, some people going to hear me saying, "Are you sitting up here telling me that I'm not supposed to want anything and I'm just supposed to be okay with being poor?" That's not what I'm telling you. In fact, let me show you the scripture. Let me show you the scripture that I want to base everything on tonight. Let's go to 1 Timothy 6:6. Let's go to 1 Timothy 6:6. Me and my wife had a discussion about this the other day. And one of the things that I was telling my wife is I said that you can become so consumed with your ambition that it becomes an idol. Your worship becomes your ambition. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, I guess I'm going to say a lot of people don't perceive that. Watch this. A lot of people don't perceive that worship is not necessarily what you bow your knee to. Listen to what I just said. Worship is not what you bow your knee to. I'm trying to tell you, because people oftentimes think worship is a physical act. No. Worship is not what you bow your knee to. Worship is what you give your heart to. Some of y'all worship your children. Some of y'all worship your job. Some of y'all worship your wallet. Some of you guys worship your credit scores. Some of y'all worship your family. You worship your friends. It's not who you bow the knee to, because some people, the way you can tell what your idol is, the way you can tell what your idol is, the Bible says it like this. Jesus says, be careful where your heart is. Be careful what you make your treasure, because wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is as well. So be careful. Just take a real quick examination of what your treasure is in life. What do you treasure in life? Is there anything that you treasure more than God? Is there anything that you treasure more than His Word? I mean, see, messages like this are for authentic people. This is not for the churchy people. This is for authentic people, people who truly want to find God. Where is your heart? See, because again, worship is not what you bow the knee to. No. Worship is not what you bow the knee to. It's what you bow your heart to. Your knees bow to what your heart has already given to. So the reason I don't bow the knee is because my heart's not there. Some of y'all bow your knee. Okay, let's look at this scripture. I want to show you something. Paul says, I want to let me see if I can get this back here. Let me see. Let's see. He says, watch this. godliness with contentment. Hear me very closely. Because I part of my calling, I am sent to the people of God to kind of undo what has been done to us in church. Look at what it says. True godliness. So let's go up a little bit. It says their minds are corrupt and they have turned their backs on the truth. To them, a show of godliness is just a way to become wealthy, right? Verse 6 says, yet means, yet is a conjunction that combines the point that he was just making with this next point. True godliness with contentment is itself great wealth. Listen to how Paul logically attacks the idea of wealth. He says, after all, we brought nothing with us when we came into the world, and we can't take anything with us when we leave it. So if we have enough food and clothing, let us be content. This is what Paul, the apostle, is teaching Timothy, the bishop. If you don't know the background of 1 Timothy, Timothy is establishing churches in Ephesus and different places, in Crete and different places. And Paul is helping him understand what to stay away from and what to give himself to. Look at what verse 6 says. It says, true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth. After all, we brought nothing into this world, and we can't take anything with us when we leave it. So the conclusion is, if you have enough, 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 I can't get over it. If you have enough, if you have enough, if you have enough, be content. Be content. Watch this. Watch what verse 9 says. But people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. Being rich is not the sin. It is what wealthiness opens up the door to. Remember, I said wealth does not change a person. Wealth gives a person platform to show you who they are. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Y'all, content. Content. But it's not, Corey, it's not just the gambler, it's the overly ambitious. It's the overly ambitious. I told my wife, I said this to her. I said, if you look back at your life the last year, everything that my wife has asked God to do, he's done. There was a time, I got real upset. Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all my personal. Hopefully, my wife don't mind me telling these stories. Hopefully, she don't mind it. But I got real upset. I got real upset one day because my wife came to me and she was like, I'm just tired of this and I'm tired of that and I'm tired of this and I'm tired of that, and I got upset. Y'all beat me up later about it. I got upset with my wife. And I said, I don't want to be rude or I don't want to be harsh, but you sound extremely ungrateful. You sound extremely ungrateful. She was like, and I said, it seems like for the last few days that we've been talking, all you've been able to do is come to me talking about what's wrong and what you don't have. And I said, you haven't come to me at all with a grin or a smile on your face, just being grateful for what you do have. And I had to remind my wife, listen, I had to remind my wife, I said, you remember when you didn't have a job and your bills was, we were dating, y'all, we were dating. We were dating. I wasn't, we weren't, we didn't have our money together. Lady A lost her job when we were dating. And Lady A is a single mom, 2 kids. She had in daycare, and there wasn't no vouchers. She paying everything out of pocket. Daycare. When I met Lady A, she had an $1,100 car note. But do you want to know something? You want to know something? Lady A had been without a job for, I believe, about 3 months. And she never missed. She never. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that there was no income. And she never missed. She never missed. And she never had to ask either. She never missed. And she never had to ask either. And when she came to me, because she had gotten a new job, and she came to me, complained about the new job. And I said, whoa, hold up. Before we go down this road, ain't this the job you was just praying for 3 months ago? See, I think sometimes we forget that where we are right now is what we prayed for a year ago. I think sometimes we forget that the money that we're making right now, we told God 5 years ago, if you could just get me to that amount of money, I would be cool. I wouldn't ask you for another thing. I think we forget that the health that we're in right now is health that we prayed for when we were on a sick bed 2 years ago. And we said, God, if you will just raise me up out of this bed of affliction. I think we forget that the relationships that we have around us now are relationships that we prayed for. And I think it is so discouraging for a God to give you exactly what you asked for, but because you don't have a heart of contentment, there is always something more he could do. Hear me. Hear me. If I was God, I wouldn't know what to do with people, because there's always, yeah. You gave me the car, but now I want a better car. Yeah. You gave me the house, but now I want a better house. Yeah. You paid all of my bills, but now I'm asking you for a job to make more money. And here's the thing: if you don't get your heart right, the job that you're praying for now, okay, for example, let me throw some numbers at you, right? Let me throw some numbers at you. I remember when I first started working in the job force. My first job was Royal Farms. We was making like $11 an hour. Making like $11 an hour. I think I was making maybe $20,000, $21,000, $22,000 a year. Okay? And I said to myself, Lord, if I could just make $30,000 a year, could you please bless me with $30,000 a year? The Lord blessed me with 30. But as my blessings went up, my appetite rose too. Because I was never content. It wasn't about that's all I needed. It was just about that's what I wanted. So 30, Lord, if you just bless me with 40. That's what's going to keep happening. It's going to be, Lord, if you just bless me with 10. Lord, if you just bless me with 20. Lord, if you just bless me with 30. Lord, if you just bless me with 40. Lord, if you just bless me with 50. It will never end. 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 Why? It's not because you're not making enough money. It's because your heart has no contentment. Your heart has no contentment in it. You only feel comfortable when you're able to buy everything that you want and not be broke. That's the only time you're content. And remember, this conversation requires honesty. This conversation requires honesty. If you're not going to be honest, okay, fine. You good. You got a heart of contentment. You got a heart of contentment. Cool. You got a heart of contentment. That's cool. But you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. If the only time you feel content is when you fulfilled all of your desires, you got a problem. I'm going to say it again. If the only time that you feel content is when all of your desires are fulfilled, you have a problem. You have an issue. And this is why the preacher in the pulpit has to continue preaching that God's about to give it to you. Because if we don't lie to you and say to you that God's about to give it to you, you're not going to come to church. Because guess what? People come to church to be uplifted. That's not the reason you should come to church. I just want a service that can uplift me and tell me that I'm good and that I'm going to get it and that I'm going to be it and that I'm going to become it. No, what you need to find is a motivational seminar. Church, Church, that's not what church is for. But church has become that because that's the only way that we can keep you guys focused. The only way we can keep you guys focused on God is by telling you that it's just around the corner. If you just believe, it's just around the corner. If you just believe, it's just around the corner. If you just believe, that's the only way we can keep you focused. It's sort of like, oh God, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Ghost. It's sort of like, can I talk to y'all? It's sort of like the person that's riding the horse that takes a stick and ties a carrot to the end of the stick, and they hang it over the horse's face. And the horse never gets the carrot until it does what it's supposed to do. That's what church is for a lot of y'all. Church is that carrot. That's what the preacher has to do. The preacher has to say, just a few more steps. Just a few more steps. It's right there. Just reach up and grab it. Oh my God, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. It's always right there. It's been right there for 10 years. It's been on the way for 10 years. God's been ready. God's getting ready to do for 20 years. The question is, what are you going to do if he doesn't do it? That's the question. What if God responds to you by saying, my grace is just simply enough? My grace is enough for you. You're going to have seasons where I bless you with a lot, and you're going to have seasons where I bless you with a little. But the one thing that will never happen is the righteous will never be forsaken. That's what the scripture means. I've been young and now I'm old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. I've seen them low and I've seen them high, but I've never seen them abandoned. Whoa, my God. Hallelujah. I've seen the people of God low and I've seen the people of God high, but I've never seen them abandoned. Is enough okay? Is enough okay? And let me tell you, if the answer to that question is truly no, like if you're being honest and you say no, it's okay. Be honest with yourself and start a prayer journal, prayer log so that your heart can become okay with enough? Are you going to be disappointed if you don't get it? Are you going to be discouraged if it don't happen the way you think it should? Are you going to throw a tantrum if it don't happen the way or the method in which you think it should happen? What are you going to do about this? Is enough okay? And think about this. You already have a lot. In that conversation with my wife, I had to remind her. I said, honey, do you know that the Lord has given you everything you've asked for? She said, well, how do you mean? I said, you were without a job and you asked God to just keep you. You may have paid the bill late, but you never went under. You never went under. Y'all, when I met Lady A, her bills was probably about $6,000 or $7,000 a month. She didn't have no income, and she never went under. I had to remind her, I said, you filled out an application for a job. Lady A asked me, listen to this, y'all. Can I finish up with some testimonies? Let me just finish up with some testimonies. When me and Lady A were dating, she was working at some type of rehabilitation facility, paying her a whole lot of money. Lady A said to me, she was a director of nursing. Lady A said to me, she was saying, man, I'm tired of doing this. I just really want to find a work from home job that'll pay me a good amount of money. I just really want to find a work from home job. She kept saying it. She said, I want to find a work from home job because I want to be with the kids. I want to do this. It was in her heart. It was in her heart. Do you know what Lady A does right now? She works from home. And she's one of the top workers she works from home. Lord have mercy. There you go, Patria. Enough is enough. Enough is just enough. I had to tell her she was having a difficult time with her boss at her new job that God had gave her. So she come home every day and she got another story about the boss. And she said, man, I just wish I could just be a part of another team. I just need God to just make me, a part of another team. Randomly, some woman reaches out to her and says, do you know it's a position open with another manager? And she's like one of the nicest, kindest managers we have in the company. Randomly, somebody reaches out to her and says that. It's like, she didn't tell anybody that but me. She works from home. She don't have no coworkers. Randomly, somebody reaches out to her and says, hey, there's a position open with this manager. I just thought I should tell you that. L'Oreal applies for the position. Lady A applies for the position. She gets the position. She shifts to another manager. And she just told me recently, she said, this manager is like, she is so good. As long as I get my work done, she is fine. She wanted a baby. We wanted a baby. Having all types of trouble. She prayed. Now we got Judah. I think sometimes in the middle of our desires, we forget how many answered prayers that we're sitting in. I just want, oh my God. I just want you real quick, just look at the walls that you're surrounded by right now. Just look at the walls you're surrounded by. Now, some of the walls may not be painted the color you want them to be painted, may have marks on them, and paint may be peeling, or whatever the problem may be, maybe water damage, whatever it may be. But if you can remember, you prayed for this. You prayed for this. I know it's not something that's always on your mind, but you prayed for this. Look at your husband, look at your wife. And while you're mentally noting all of the things that your husband isn't, or that your wife isn't, or that your husband needs to be, or that your wife needs to be, while you're so busy making that list, you're forgetting that you prayed for him. You prayed for her. You're sitting across from something that didn't exist 10 years ago. You're driving something that didn't exist 2 years ago. You are going to sleep somewhere that didn't exist 3 years ago. You are running a business that didn't exist 5 years ago. You are making money that you were begging for 10 years ago. So while you are making the lists of what you don't have and numbering all of the things that, and while you're numbering all of the ways that your life could be better, don't forget that it wasn't always like it was right now. Don't ever underappreciate now. I know, listen to me, I know now has its problems. I know now has its confusion. I know now has its discouraging parts about it. I know now has its problems, now has its circumstances, now has its situations. But if I could take you back to them, you would kill for now. If I took you, I'm going to say it again. If I took you back to then, you would kill for now. But you so busy looking at later, thinking that that's faith. You think that always looking to later is faith. Like, I don't know who taught y'all that. I don't know who taught y'all that being future-minded is having faith. I don't know who taught y'all that. No. Being future-minded is not faith. Because if you are constantly looking over that fence into what's next, you will never properly appreciate the grass that you are standing on right now. So watch this. This is why people cheat. This is why people cheat. I heard Bishop Jake say this. Bishop Jake say that one woman will be giving you 80%, and you'll leave 80% to get with somebody who only giving you 20. But the reason you got with them is because you just really want the 20. But you didn't understand that you would be giving up a whole 80 just to have that 20. Now you stuck with the 20, wishing you had the 80. It's because you never stopped. You never stopped. You never stopped. You never stopped complaining. You never stopped being discouraged. You never stopped and looked around and just simply said, God, I thank you for now. Now was a prayer. Oh my God. Now was a prayer. Now was a prayer. The reality of now was yesterday's prayer. So I think we get caught up in just, future is faith. Future is faith. Next is faith. Next is faith. But Paul tells us that true godliness is learning how to be okay with enough. That's true godliness. It's learning how to be okay with enough. That's why the Bible says, I believe it was David who said this. Listen, I believe it was David who said this. David said, Lord, teach me how to number my days. Woo-wee! Sometimes you can get lost, and I want to talk to some people today. Sometimes you can get lost in your 20s and your 30s, and the next time you look up, you're 45. You get lost in your 20s, and next time you look up, you're 35. You get lost in your 30s, and next time you look up, you're 50. And you think back, and you realize all the time you spent wasting time, just wasted time complaining. Wasted time complaining. So let me hit the text real quick. Y'all give me like 3 more minutes. Let me hit the text real quick. So Israel is in the middle of the wilderness. God causes, watch this, God causes birds to fall from the sky, quail, so that they can have meat, because there's no meat in the desert. God causes birds to fall from the sky, and then he gives them bread, like the dew in the morning miraculously shifts into bread. Really, really crispy, really, really nice, soft bread too. Ain't no matzah. ain't no matzah, right? Really, really nice bread. Watch this. Watch this. Right after Israel gets that, what's God gonna do next? Yo, I'm telling y'all. Enough. The season of enough, and sometimes it's not even a season. The blessing of enough shows you how to trust God. It shows you how to trust God. When you got enough, it just shows you. It shows you how to trust God. It's some of y'all that get a miracle, and yeah, what's next? You shout, you dance. What's next though? God just blessed you with a car, and you're sitting in the car that you were blessed with, talking about, I just can't wait for what's next in my life. I can't wait for what God is about to do. What? Huh? Sitting in a brand new house. Oh, God is about to do something special. I can just feel it. I can't wait for the next thing that God is about to do. You are insatiable. You're insatiable. You'll never be full. You will never be full. So I need you to examine yourself today. This was an authentic message. I'm telling you, that's why I stopped the series on sex to do this, because I just when I look at the church and when I look at the people of God, I just don't see Christianity. I see this weird hybrid thing that we're all a part of, like this God that's like a butler. He's like a servant, and so I clap my hands whenever I want him, and then I send him away when I don't need him, and I'm okay. Like when I have enough, and when I'm in abundance, I send him away. I don't need him. No, I'm good. Have you ever noticed? Just think about the psychology. Have you ever noticed that you pray more when you don't have enough? Have you ever noticed that you fast more when you're in trouble? Have you ever noticed that you read the Bible a wee bit more when life is rough? So God is saying, is that the only way I can get faith out of you? Is the only way I can get faith out of you just making things meet? That's fine with me. If I'm God, that's fine with me because I want faith. That's what I require. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So that's what I require. So if making you dirt poor is what it takes to solicit faith, because again, maybe some of y'all, I guess some of y'all not gonna tell the truth, but you pray more. You pray more when them bills doing that money ain't adding up right. You pray a few seconds longer. Oh, your whole heart gets into the prayer then. You fast. When something's wrong, let somebody be sick. You turn that plate down. And it's only to get God to do something else. When's the last time, and these are real questions, when's the last time you opened up your Bible and you weren't in trouble? Just answer that question. And don't answer it like in the comments, answer out loud to yourself. When's the last time you opened up the Bible and you weren't in trouble? Like I'm talking about, when's the last time you opened the Bible and you weren't like, you didn't need like immediate help, like you needed a word from the Lord? When's the last time you just opened up the Bible because that's what you're supposed to do? When's the last time you fasted just because fasting kills the flesh? When's the last time you did that? I ain't talking about turning your plate down because grandma is sick. I'm not talking about turning your plate down because Lulu and Boosie in the hospital. When's the last time you turned your plate down because you just wanted to honor God? When's the last time you just simply had the fire to honor God? Like I'm not talking about shouting. When's the last time, and I'm gonna go here, y'all don't like it, but y'all know the type of preacher I am. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When's the last time you gave more than what was asked for? When's the last time the pastor asked for $10 and you gave $50? I didn't give it, Pastor, because I didn't give it because you asked for it. I gave $100 today because I just wanted to honor. I just wanted to honor him. It was just in my heart. I just wanted to honor him. When's the last time? It's kind of like a wife asking her husband for when's the last time you brought me flowers? When's the last time you planned a date? Like, when's the last time? I know when the last time. Watch this, and I know, y'all ears are too, y'all ears are too holy for this. But it says, I was gonna say, yeah, I know if I'm the wife, I know the last time you asked me for sex, something that could benefit you. But when's the last time you did something and it wasn't necessarily beneficial to you? It was all God's benefit. Like, when's the last time you did something like that? When's the last time like you did something like that? Where it was like, yo, I'm doing this for God. Like, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I'm doing this for God. When's the last time you did something like that? Or do you have to be in trouble? Or do you have to be in an emergency? Or do you have to be told by your pastor? Or do you have to be instructed by your leader? When's the last time you just did it? When's the last time you sanctified yourself? When's the last time? You didn't stop having sex because you felt conviction to honor God. You stopped having sex because It was no longer beneficial to you. What's the last thing you actually did for God, for Him? Like this ain't for me. This ain't for me at all. When's the last time? Ask yourself these questions for real. For real. That's why I said, y'all, I'm not about pretty pony Christianity. I'm not gonna tell you turn around 3 times and the Lord gonna bless you. No. No, I'm gonna talk about real stuff. Because I think that we truly dishonor Jesus. I really think we dishonor him. I really think we spend a lot of time dishonoring him. Always talking about next and always talking about this. Always talking about what God's about to do. And at no point do we ever just sit back and appreciate what we got. Some of y'all got grandchildren and you weren't even supposed to have children. Did you just hear what I said? I said some of y'all got grandchildren and you weren't even supposed to have children. I could go on and on and on and on. I'm gonna stop. I just feel like we need to be aware. We need to be aware of what's around us and how God has blessed us, how God has been beneficial to us. We need to honor God the right way, y'all. We need to honor God the right way. And it doesn't need to be with the expectation, oh, I'm gonna get it back. May the Lord bless you 30, 60, 100-fold. No. Now, God does do that. God is not going to make sure that you don't go crazy. He going to make sure that you're taken care of. But why are you giving to get? Is that the reason? Is that the reason why you giving? Is the reason why you giving because you trying to you giving because you think the kingdom of God is like a blackjack game? Yo, if I put it all on the front end, man, that back end gonna be crazy. Do you know there's some people who've given thousands of dollars to the church and ended up poor and homeless? That reciprocity, that's not the principles of sowing and reaping is in the Bible, but reciprocity is not in the Bible. You're not supposed to give so you can get back. The Bible just says when you do give, you get back. But it never tells you to give so that you can get back. No. Don't give me anything. And that's why it's in the law of Moses. The law of Moses told the Jews, when you give, don't charge interest. And forgive the loan. Do y'all know there's something in the law of Moses called the year of Jubilee? The year of Jubilee is the 7th year. And then you have the 50th year, which is the high year of Jubilee. But, every 7 years, every debt that you had in Israel will be cleared. Every debt. Your credit was cleared, not because you paid it back. Because it wasn't about you giving to get or you giving to make money. That was never the arrangement, man. That was never the arrangement. Get your heart right. Get your heart right. That's where we going. That's where we going this month. And on August 15th, I'm gonna be preaching. And we're gonna preach about adultery and murder in the heart. It's a heart problem, y'all. When Minister Jenkins was telling y'all on prayer on Saturday mornings, it's a heart problem. It's a heart problem. It's a heart issue. And the more we talk about these things, the more you're going to understand how sick your heart is. And that's what I aim to do. I don't aim to make you guilty. Nobody should be able to make you guilty because Christ died so that you didn't have to be guilty. Right? So I'm not trying to make you guilty. I'm trying to make you aware. Aware of what, Pastor? Aware of who you really are. Because once you find out who you really are, you'll stop pointing the finger at other people. Once you find out who you really are, it'll be easy to have mercy on other people when you know that you were one step away. It's easier to have grace on other people when you understand that you are just as selfish as they are. You are just as conceited as they are. You are just as arrogant as they are. You are just as prideful as they are. It's easy to have grace on someone when you realize how much grace God extends to you daily. It's easy. That's why Jesus said, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." You get whatever you dishing out. That's what you're going to get. That's the seed time and harvest that God has put in the earth. Your heart, man. Your heart. So is enough okay? I remember the stories of, and we about to go. I remember the stories of the mother sending the children to the store. Oh no, it was on Friday. Y'all remember the movie Friday, the classic black movie Friday. And Smokey's mom sent him to the store, I think for some cigarettes or something. She sent him to the store for something. And she gave him like $5. And she was like, "Yeah, go give me a pack of cigarettes with that." And he said, "This not enough." And she said, "Make it enough." She said, "Make it enough." Is enough okay? That's all I got. That's all I got for you tonight. Listen, I want y'all to do something. Do me a favor. We didn't have Bible study last week because I was under the weather. So I thank everybody who came out. Well, not came out, but who logged on and was on here. If this message blessed you, listen, do me a favor. If this message blessed you, I need you to partner with me tonight. We already have a person that has done it. They've already given it. Thank you so much to Lenora Wallace. Listen, if this message touched you tonight, if it didn't touch you, it's okay. If this message touched you, if it blessed you, do me a favor and sow a seed of $10 into this ministry. I need 10 people. Y'all know we ask for the same thing every Monday. I need 10 people really quickly to sow just $10 into the ministry. Use whatever giving prompt you want. We have Cash App. That's the letter R, Church 410. We have Zelle. That's rchurchbaltimore@gmail.com. We have Givelify. That's just simply Resurrection Church. This allows us, this specific offering allows us to be able to come to you in this way. Y'all know we have the texting platform. We have StreamYard. And these things are like $50 for a subscription to this stuff. So I'm telling you, I'm not taking a dime of your money. So don't think it's me. It is so we can continue building, and we are continuing to move the way God tells us to move. So yes, thank you so much, Flora James. Let me know in the comments if you're able to sow that seed of $10. So I myself am going to sow it. So that's 3 people. We just need 7 people. We need 7 more people to sow that gift of $10. Thank you so much, Patria. I appreciate you. We just need 6 people now, 6 people to sow that gift of $10. And you may say, well, why do I have to put it in the comments that I have? You're only putting in the comments to say that you have, not to get the glory out of it, but so that you can be an inspiration to other people who may be on the fence about giving. Maybe when they see you do it, that will prompt them to do it. And so be the example tonight. So if you are going to sow that seed, let us know. Let us know. Thank you guys so much. We only need about 6 more people to partner with us in sowing that $10 seed. Thank you guys in advance for everything. Thank you, Tanya. We only need 5 more people, y'all. 5 more people to sow that seed. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna keep the Cash App on the screen for you guys. I'm gonna keep that Cash App up there. We only need 5 more people. So 5 more people, let me know. Just the gift of $10. If you can send that, just the gift of $10. Again, it helps us keep coming to you and the way that we're able to come to you. on this platform. It allows us to be able to push these videos, these lives, the clips that we're posting, allows us to be able to push that stuff out into the virtual community. So if you can, please, ma'am, please, sir, just offer a gift of $10. Send it to that Cash App down there. I'm going to put the giving up again. Please let me know if you have done it. Please let me know if you've done it. We still need 5 more people, and this should be easy. We still just need 5 more people to partner with us in giving. Just 5 more people. So if you guys can let me know if you're sending that. Let me know. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys. I love you. There's not a thing you can do about it. Remember, y'all, our church is turning 3 this month. And on the 15th and the 22nd, I want you to come out and be a part of what we're doing. We're celebrating our anniversary. It's been a good time. It's been some rough patches in there in those 3 years, but it's been good. And so we're going to spend this time appreciating what God has given to us. Can I get those 5 people? To tell me that they sown? Those 5 people, if you gave, just put it on the comments. Just say that I gave, or I will, or yes, or I got you, or whatever. Just let me know so that we can conclude everything. Again, thank you guys. Thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, Michelle Dorsey. We just need 4 people. I'm about to get off here. I'm not going to wait for the 4 people. The 4 people will sow. They are who they are. I'm about to get off here. But the 4 people, thank you so much. 4 of you guys, go ahead and send that gift of just $10 to the Cash App that's on the bottom of the screen. I'll put up the giving once more so you can see it. There are some people who give through Zelle and Givelify. Thank you so much for the gifts that you're sending right now as I'm speaking. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Cassandra said she needed to hear this. Thank you so much. My brother Dwayne said I was speaking to him. Thank you so much. And our brother Dwayne. Now I'm going to release this, Dwayne. I'm going to release this. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I'm going to release this. Dwayne has joined our family, guys. So for those of you who are on here, who you don't recognize that name, that Dwayne Miles Jr. Name, he has joined our assembly, y'all. He has made Resurrection Church his home. We will be seeing him on the 15th or the 22nd, whichever one he's able to do. Thank you so much, brother. We're going to be seeing him, but he's decided to join our family, and I am excited. I'm very honored. For him to join us in this journey, in walking with Jesus and fulfilling the will of God. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. The Lord is making the Lord is just so kind. He's so kind. That's a prayer answered. And he knows what I'm talking about. It's a prayer that's being answered with his arrival. And oh man. Oh boy. Thank you, Jesus. So thank you guys. I'm not even gonna wait for the rest. Thank you so much for everybody that sold. Thank you so much for everybody that gave. I appreciate you guys. I love you. And I will see you this coming Saturday on Saturday morning prayer. And if I don't see you then, I will see you next Monday for Bible study at 7 o'clock. Thank you. I love you. And I will see you on the other side.